Hi, welcome to my channel and thanks for checking out this video. My name is Michelle Hickey and I am a working creative who divides my time, like many of you, between many different things, including creative direction, blogging, speaking, educating, writing, podcasting, and now working on my latest project, which is writing my first novel. And it is a project that is taking a very long time. I began plotting and character development back in the summer of 2019. I finished my first draft at the end of September 2020, worked on edits for a few months, and then began pitching to literary agents at the beginning of this year in January 2021. If you don't like math, don't worry, I did it for you. As I record this on May 1st of 2021, I am going on 22 months into this project. As a first-time author, I have been learning a ton, and of course, making mistakes along the way. But one of my missteps didn't become evident until I had started pitching to literary agents. I discovered that my manuscript was way too long for my genre, about 40,000 words too long. And so it was back to my laptop for some major editing. And as I saw myself nearing the finish line after those edits, I thought a writer's retreat would be just the thing to get me there. So enjoy this look into my solo writing retreat. To me, environment is everything. I am lucky to be able to work in a beautiful space when I'm home. So I knew that wherever I went, it would need to top it. Other criteria. It needed to be somewhere warm, quiet, safe, and of course, inspiring. I didn't search too hard. I just chose my favorite spot, possibly in the world. The Bohemian Hotel in Celebration, Florida, which is located just outside of Orlando. There is a reason that I have stayed at this hotel more than any other. It is part of Marriott's line of boutique properties called the Kessler Collection. Each property is different and they are all designed with artists in mind. Every time I step into the lobby, I think Hemingway wishes he could have written from here. In every detail, from the rocking chairs out front to the beautiful patio that overlooks a picturesque lake, you'll find a mix of old Florida charm, nature, and art around every corner. The pale lavender walls in their guest rooms give you a sense of calm and relaxation the second you step foot inside. And if you're lucky enough to stay in one of their lakefront rooms, you'll be treated to a piece of living, breathing art. When I'm home, I walk for about 2 to 3 miles almost every day, and I consider it to be an essential part of my creative process. So I love that I was able to keep this as part of my routine on my retreat. I love my neighborhood at home, but the walking trail that runs around the Celebration Hotel and Lakeside Park is such a treat to experience. It boasts breathtaking views of the hotel, the town of Celebration, and lots of wildlife. The only downside is I never really get much of a workout in because I stop about every 2 minutes to take a photo. So I was just sitting here and thinking about how I'm feeling right now and noticing that shift. I mean, 24 hours ago, I was exhausted, stressed out about something stupid, feeling like I had no energy to do anything, even to read a book, never mind work on writing a book. So I think sometimes just pulling yourself out of your typical environment, even if it's a nice environment, helps you to reset. And in my case, after just a couple hours this evening, to recharge. I left for this retreat with a very specific goal in mind: to reduce my manuscript to 90,000 words. And it seemed totally doable. It had taken me weeks to get from 132,000 words down to 106,957 words. So 4 uninterrupted days seemed like more than enough time to cut another 17,000. I ended up really not doing very much last night. I started playing some Backstreet Boys music to get myself into the time period of my book, to transport myself back to the year 2002, and along the way ended up down a rabbit hole of watching Backstreet Boys videos and texting with my sisters about them, and ultimately only ended up editing 1 chapter, but that's okay because last night was a bonus. What I think is going to be the most challenging part of writing today is the fact that I'm in this gorgeous place. The weather is pristine. For anyone who has been to Florida or lives in Florida, you know that humidity is one of the less desirable parts about being here. And right now there is close to 0 humidity, and it is in the 70s. And sunny and breezy, and I'm going to try to take advantage of the weather by keeping the doors to the balcony open so I can at least enjoy a little bit of it, but it's taking everything not to just go sit outside, and who knows, maybe I'll end up moving out there to do a little bit of writing later on today. I cannot tell you how incredibly rested I feel after last night and how refreshed I'm feeling this morning. I ended up staying up pretty late last night, almost till 1:30, editing 2 chapters, which doesn't sound like very much, but both of them basically needed to be completely rewritten. And I'm trying really hard to strike that balance of making the narrative more interesting, but also simplifying. It's tough to do, but I can already see the difference in trying to write last year versus trying to write this year, and realizing that this is why it takes many writers so long to write books, especially their first ones, because I am not only trying to tell this story, but learning the craft of writing and just trying to get stronger along the way. On the final day, I was treated to one of Florida's famous rainstorms and came to terms with the fact that I was going home so far off from my mark of 90,000 words. In all good fiction stories, there's a main character who thinks they know exactly what they want, but ultimately, their journey teaches them the lesson that they actually needed. Such was the case for me, the main character of this story. I was so narrow-minded in my quest to get away and to reduce my word count to 90,000 words. But what I hadn't considered was that my surroundings would relax me, make me slow down, and ultimately restore me. This trip gave me momentum, confidence, and a renewed excitement. I've written every day since I've been back, and that dread that I was experiencing has been replaced by a thrill to open my Word doc and to keep going. I know that this book is going to be better because I gave myself the time and the space to go deep and to give it my best energy. Whether it be writing a book or another creative project, I want to encourage you to give yourself the gift of a reset. You can't always get away and stay in a beautiful hotel, but you can create a sacred environment that will give honor to your project and to yourself. I would love to connect with you and hear what it is that you're working on right now. You can feel free to let me know what that is by leaving a comment below or by heading over to Instagram, sending me a DM, or leaving a comment on one of my most recent posts. Whatever it is you're working on, keep creating and keep growing.